Welcome to Swords, Guns, and Rock and Roll, your number one source for music and gaming. I'm your host, Tiffany Chen, and this is my co-host,
Tyler Ludens.
Today we're going to be talking about the very exciting and upcoming game, Rock Band 3. Now, we're hearing a lot of exciting news about the game, and it is set to be released this holiday season. Am I right?
No, that's correct. A lot of sources have confirmed that it's going to come out at Halloween, but Harmonix hasn't said anything about it yet.
Okay, well, I see that. How is this game going to be different than the previous Rock Band games?
Well, this game's going to feature a bunch of new modes and a new instrument. Main thing that people are talking about is the keyboard, which we'll get more in depth into later. But the main other thing that we have is that it has a pro mode, which we'll go more into with the instruments themselves. But it's past expert, which I have a few things I want to talk about. But right now we're going on an overview.
All right. Well, first, let's talk about the new vocal harmonies thing. Well, not really new. We've heard about when we first heard about this vocals harmonies, it was from Beatles Rock Band. And now they have incorporated that into the main Rock Band titles, and it's going to be featured in Rock Band 3. Can you give us an idea about what it's similar to in the other Rock Band games?
Well, I would say that it's similar more to Green Day Rock Band, which just came out this past week, and in the fact that the arrow looks about the same from what I've seen in the videos and the pictures and the images and screenshots.
Now, you previously mentioned the pro mode for the instruments. What is going on with that? Are they making even harder instrumental charts?
They're not really harder instrumental charts. Well, they probably are. What it is on guitar, it's a new guitar that senses where your hand is at on the guitar, and it also senses what string you strum on this new peripheral that has 6 strings at the bottom and a bunch of frets from what I'm seeing. And it's the only way that Rock Band or a rhythm game has attempted to teach someone how to play real guitar.
Okay, so you're basically saying it's like an electric plastic guitar.
In a sense, yes, without the connective strings. The strings are only in the strum bar area.
What about drums or bass? Well, I mean, bass would be the same as guitar. So what about drums?
In drums, they changed the notes for when it's actually like a cymbal to like a circular looking note that's it looks like an oval. And it's to indicate that it's on a cymbal so that you know that you're actually playing what you're playing, and you learn the difference between what's a cymbal and what's a tom, so you're getting a more feel for the real, and you have to play it on the cymbal too.
Well, I also heard that they're doing the hi-hat thing.
I haven't heard much about that, but it's possible they could be doing a hi-hat pedal. But that would also change charts because they've always charted an open hi-hat on blue.
Well, then that would they want to give as a real of a feeling to play real drums and stuff like that instead of just playing a game, right?
Well, what I'm saying is the pedal will have to have an indication, it'll send a indication through that it's open, so that it'll send the signal to the blue instead of the yellow.
Okay. Well, how do you anticipate this will change this aspect of pro instruments? How do you think it will change the whole gaming system?
Well, my thing is, I'm thinking that I have 2 positive things about it and a couple of negative things about it. Positives are, every other instrument in this game, you've been able to learn how to do it by playing this game. Vocals, it teaches you how to keep your pitch in line, how to keep your breath even. In drums, it teaches you rhythm, and it teaches you timing, and it teaches you how to keep a beat, But guitar, it really doesn't teach you much. I mean, you're finally getting a chance to learn something new, It's going to be much more difficult for people that don't know how to play guitar like myself. And it's going to take a lot of effort on everybody's part to learn that. It's just going to be a whole new experience. But on the negative side, this could completely change what programmers consider who's the best, because there's going to be people that are coming out of nowhere, because now that we have people that can play real guitar who are just going to come in and play the game and be pro at it, and have other people that have been playing the game for years on guitar and suck at it.
So you're saying people like Danny, Guitar Hero Phenom, might not necessarily be the best in this pro guitar.
Yeah, that's basically what I'm saying. It's going to completely change who's considered the best.
Well, okay, that's kind of interesting. I mean, people who don't know how to play instruments and they want to learn, this is a great opportunity for them.
Especially for people that don't necessarily have the enthusiasm to learn it on a like completely real instrument.
You said there was going to be a new instrument. What? Yeah, that's the keyboard.
Yeah, the keyboard is essentially a keytar. You can either play it like a guitar. A keytar looks like a guitar, like it has a handle, but it's just a keyboard. You hold it with a strap and everything, but you can also lay it flat, so you can play it like a normal keyboard. Yeah, and it's going to be split up into, I believe, 3 sections.
Well, we saw previews of it from Cena's Corner, their broadcast of USA Today's film. You guys should go check that out because it's really interesting to see the difference. We'll keep you more up to date on that stuff at E3.
And you might also notice that since now that there's a new instrument, there's a 4-lane highway in full bands. Now there was a huge issue about market, like property space, basically. Like, how are they going to fit 4? I mean, because you look at 3, and it looks pretty full at 3, but somehow they figured out how to get 4-lane highway to not clutter. I mean, it looks a little bit smaller. If you have a pretty small TV, you might be in a little bit of trouble in a full band. You might have to adjust a little bit, but for most part, people don't play on too small of a TV. I know a few that do, but, I mean, nowadays I think it's okay to assume that most people have a TV bigger than 30 inches, at least somewhere in their house.
I also heard about how going along the 4-lane highway thing. It's kind of like a Mario Party mixed with Rock Band, how you could just switch in and out if you want and without affecting any other players.
Yeah, they adopted this from Guitar Hero 5. Everybody knows that. I mean, like it's kind of like a party mode, which I applauded Guitar Hero for that because it was a brilliant idea. It really brings the party effect into the game, and that's really what Rock Band's about. You set it down at a party, you have a few drinks with your friends. Though I don't advocate alcohol drinking.
We have underage people listening to this program, Tyler.
You have something to eat, and you play Rock Band. You don't want to play the whole song. You just want to play your favorite parts. You can jump in, jump out. That's what it's about. Just enjoying the music, listening to it, having a good time. And I think the party mode is really, really interesting.